Howdy folks, welcome back to another edition of Kozo's Coaching Corner. If this is not your first time watching these videos, or even if it is, do me a huge solid, hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, leave a like or a comment at the end of the video so that I can make more videos in the future. Today, the name of the game is going to be speed control. If you find yourself getting onto the greens and having no confidence that you're going to be able to get your ball close enough for a gimme, stick with me here. We're going to talk about what is a stimp meter, how do they come up with that number, and then my personal way to give you your own measuring stick so that we can get a good baseline for any golf course on any greens to give you more confidence next time you go out and play a next round of golf. So a stimp meter is basically a glorified yardstick with a hole in it. They put the ball in that little hole and then they raise that yardstick up until it rolls off, and then they measure how far the ball goes. They do 3 in one direction, then they turn around and roll 3 back the other way. So if you get an average of 10 for all of those, we can say, okay, the greens are rolling a 10 today. The reason I have a little bit of a bone to pick with the stimp meter is a couple of things. First, it's a completely arbitrary number. We know that above a 10 is fast and below a 10 is slow, but we don't really know how to apply that to our own putting stroke. The Kozo calibration method, we're just going to make up a name for this. So all we need in order to become your own stimp meter is 3 golf balls and a couple of golf tees. We're going to put a tee down in between our feet, and I like to put it a little bit forward of center. That's going to help me keep my ball position consistent, and I like it a little bit forward of center because we want to catch this ball slightly on the upstroke. Now, we do have to make sure that our tempo is the same. So before I do this, I like to get myself into my good putting stance, and I try to count out loud the beats. You'll notice 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. That these beats do not land on the golf ball. They land on my feet. The goal is to have the golf ball get in the way and just roll off without me anticipating the impact. That's where so many people go wrong with putting. They say, how hard do I hit it? They bring it back and then they hit the putt. If we can match the same length of stroke with the same tempo, by definition, that's going to help us with our speed control. So let's see if I can putt all 3 in a row without looking up. That's important because we don't want to look out and try to hit it harder or softer. Our goal here is to maintain the same tempo from toe to toe and see if we can get all 3 golf balls to be as close together as possible. If you can't get all 3 of these golf balls to be within a foot, we got issues. We got to practice this drill until our stroke becomes consistent and our tempo is reliable when we get out onto the golf course. Before I get going and practice counting out loud the beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Tick, tock. 3 in a row without looking up. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So that last one was a little short, and I could sense that I was a little hesitant on that final go. So we're going to need that second tee now. We're going to pace it off. 3, 6, 9, 12. We'll call it 12 feet in this direction because I was aware that that one came up a little short. Now we're going to go back the other direction just to make sure that it's not wildly up or downhill. So we have a tee in the ground here, and now we're going to go back the other direction without looking up. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. All right, so it appears I picked a pretty flat putt because I got pretty close to where I started. So 3, 6, 9, 12 feet. This is my stimp meter reading for the day. So now I know if I have a relatively flat putt on these greens, I can go with a toe-to-toe putt from about 12 feet. Now, if you catch yourself peeking, in the spirit of Halloween, I wanted to fill you in on a bonus tip here, and this is called the ghost drill. What you'll find is if you can gently gaze at the golf ball during your putting stroke, if you keep your gaze where that golf ball is when it goes, there'll be a little silhouette where the ball was. Try to listen for the ball going into the hole and resist the urge to peek. Bryson DeChambeau uses a pretty similar method to this, where he'll actually use a yardstick to measure exactly how far back the putter swings back and through. He even uses a digital level to calibrate up and downhill adjustments. You don't have to get that crazy with it, but I like to try to find the steepest putt I can find on the practice green
and then test my toe-to-toe stroke on that distance. Here you see me pace off about a 21-foot putt, down about 2 or 3 degrees. Repeat these experiments with different uphill and downhill putts at different distances, just to test this calibration and find some confidence that you can go out on the golf course and trust your feel. I'm always paying attention to my ability to control my tempo and feel the putter doing most of the work. If you find this easy during practice but lack trust on the course, add penalties to simulate pressure or close your eyes to add a challenge. The mental tension that gets reduced when you have a process can't be understated.
Well, there you have it. If you didn't know how to control your speed before, I hope that you can take this method and apply it to any golf course that you play. And if you find that you can't get those 3 balls to go close together, we have a pretty cool drill that we can practice at home and just make sure that we're able to keep our tempo, control the length of our stroke so that when we get onto the greens, we can free it up and just let the ball go. I hope you can snuggle it up there real nice and close, get that tap in, and gain more confidence every time we play. If you found this at all helpful, please do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, give it a like, share it with a friend. Until next time, we'll see you here at Kozo's Coaching Corner.